Hello everyone, it's so great to be here. Multi-cloud remains an unsolved challenge for our industry. All of us want to move to multi-cloud, and we are adopting a set of technologies we refer to as cloud native. But what do exactly we mean when we say the words cloud native? We heard Chris from yesterday. Cloud native means primarily three things. First, containerize your applications. This gives you the necessary isolation and transparency. Second, you want to dynamically orchestrate your applications. This gives you the necessary resource and cost optimizations necessary to your business. And third, the most important one, adopt a microservices architecture. Segmenting your applications gives you the necessary agility and maintainability critical to the success of your business. This is great. We adopt cloud native. Engineers are happy with isolation, reproducibility. Business is happy with agility and resource optimizations. So why should we wait for it? Let's just do it. No? Okay, tough crowd. I thought you'd take that seriously with one slide. No, I seriously thought that, but since you're not, I'm going to ramble on for 10 more minutes now. You asked for it. All right, so that's true. We engineers are always told how this hot new thing will solve all your problems. But nobody tells us how do we go from our legacy infrastructure to this new thing. We are on call for complex business systems here. Our businesses rely on us to run these systems for us. They span multiple clouds, multiple applications, multiple environments. We want a recipe that works over and over again. Something that works today, tomorrow, and until we roll out our applications again. And let's say we figure this out. We figure out the path to transition. We engineers have this itch and we get stuck in the circle of reinventing everything. We adopt an ecosystem of products, but then we just don't use everything. Something is off. So this is a hard problem to solve, but I think we can do a very good job. Let's see how we made Kong cloud native, and now how Kong makes you adopt cloud native in your organizations. Let's look at the first problem. We are always told we need revolutions. The engineering secret there is we need evolution. We want to change one thing at a time. We are all familiar with Kong as a RESTful API gateway. Use Kong's admin API and configure Kong. The RESTful part is important here. You can change Kong's configuration anytime, every time, multiple times during the day. You can use Kubernetes to run this deployment. A lot of our customers already do that. As you are integrating Kubernetes more into cloud native, you want to replace the admin API with a Kubernetes controller. What you get is Kong's ingress controller. You have automated your deployment and your configuration and handed over that duty to Kubernetes. Anytime you scale your services, deploy new services, Everything gets picked up by Kubernetes and the controller, and it reconfigures Kong. No need to manually change anything in Kong. You configure things in Kong and use Kong for analytics. Now, as your organizations scale, your business grows, so will your services. And hence, you will move forward and adopt something like a service mesh architecture. You can use Kuma or Istio here, and you can keep your north-south traffic running through Kong ingress. As you can see here, we have service A and B, part of our service mesh. The key here is gradual change. We want to change one thing at a time. We run complex architecture, so we'll introduce one service at a time into the mesh. As you can see here, you can control the traffic that's coming into your cluster and direct it towards your mesh or towards your traditional architectures. So this is great. We have got Kong installed. As you install applications, Kong picks those configurations up and configures itself. What's next? We want to do reproducibility. How do we automate this? We want to automate the full life cycle. We want to automate installation, configuration, operations, and monitoring, and all the way till we deprovision the application. The way to do that is use an installer for Kong that is same as your application. It's well known that you can install Kong using YAML manifests and Helm charts. They have been around for a little while now. You can now, earlier this year, we introduced Kong operator. And last month, we introduced support for customize, a completely declarative way to configure and install Kong. So as you use more applications, you use these tools of your choice and configure Kong automatically. As you install your applications, you install custom resource definitions into Kubernetes. Each team can control the configuration of Kong. And you can be sure that if something works today, it will work until you roll out a new application. You can be confident that you can change and push this deployment across clouds, across platforms. So this is awesome. We have got Kong running, we have got our applications running, we have got applications configured, we have got Kong configured. But why did we go through this painstaking procedure? We want to take the advantage of the cloud-native ecosystem. Right? That's why we want to adopt cloud-native, because it is going to solve our problems. This, I think, is the hardest problem to solve. Integrating with all the technologies that are out there is hard. The devil is in the details. But I think the industry is converging. The convergence is slow, but it is happening. And as we see that convergence happening, we build that integration inside Kong. Let's take a look at automatic TLS. Cert Manager is the standard way of provisioning certificates in Kubernetes. Kong works with Cert Manager and provisions a certificate as soon as you deploy your application on the internet. Do not have to fiddle around with private keys anymore. You do not have to worry about expiring certificates. Everything is automated. You don't have to worry about any of these things. You focus on your business logic and innovate faster. Similarly, once you have your applications deployed and secure, you want to focus on Monitoring. You can use Kong with distributed tracing like Jaeger or Zipkin. Log to Kafka, as we just saw. Use Prometheus to track your queries, see latencies, alerting, and do caching, speed up your APIs. This is great. I'm very happy with these integrations. And I would like to thank you all for these integrations. I've seen more than 75 contributions in just the last year in just the cloud native space of Kong. That's a lot of contributions from you people. There you go. Yes, so this is great. We have automated things. We can evolve slowly, one thing at a time. Cloud native is not going to solve all our problems. There will be something new next, and we should be prepared for it. So with this, I want to leave you all today with one question. I've been thinking about this for a very long time now, but I think it's time that all of us in the room start thinking about this. What comes after cloud native? Thank you, everyone. With that, I would like to welcome back on stage Jeff Townsend, VP of Engineering.